It was a long time ago. It was probably 4 years ago now. Lionsgate owns, of course, the title. And I was working with them on another project, and they brought it to me and said, do you feel like there's anything here? And I kind of said, oh, I loved the movie. Of course, it was super iconic, but I was like, I don't know. I don't know if there's really anything to say about this. And then the more I thought about it, I just kind of thought, oh, well, obviously it needs to be two women. And if it was two women, then there's something to say. Yeah. And so I went back to them and I said, would you guys be open? Because they were thinking, no, we want to re-envision this with two men, like the original film. And I was like, no, that doesn't really excite me. This excites me. I mean, to me, it's weird. People always I always have said about this, like this, even to them, I remember at the beginning, like I was like, it's ultimately a love story about these two women. It's not all about Eve. It's not about a woman trying to take down another woman. If anything, it's about a woman trying to sort of like, who's so in awe and so kind of enamored by Joyce, by Diane's character, that it's almost like a weird, warped love story. It's not about women taking other women down. That's of no interest to me, yeah. I mean, I've been in the business forever. I started when I was 10. So I've kind of known people like this throughout my experiences, but it was more, again, like Diane can speak more to this, but again, it was important for me that it wasn't just sort of, I think we all know female executives and how hard it is for them to be everything that they're expected to be, but then also to be mothers. It's a thing that I don't know if men struggle with as much, that sort of integration of work and personal life. So it was really important for me that Diane's character, really reflected that.
Yeah, I was really drawn to it because I felt like it was very 2022. Here we are as women, we've come a long way, we are in position of power. When I started out, there were very few female executives. Mm-hmm. And in my experience, they were incredibly tough and harsh. Even to other women, it felt like they had to be extra tough, right, to gain the respect to justify what position they were in. And then as, of course, times have changed, I feel like, here we are, now we are in these positions, and we're really good at what we do, and we seemingly have it all. And yet, we also want children, we want to have a family, and we are confronted with very mundane things like cheating husbands and, whatever else comes with being a woman, right? That's very unique and different than men. And I thought that Kathleen really captured that, that problem. Yes, Joyce is incredibly tough and can be unreasonable, but yet at the core, she's struggling to conceive a child, and she wants it all, and she cannot have control about everything. And so I thought that was very fresh and very accurate.
Lou, to me, was one of the most interesting characters that I'd ever read, because I thought that she, again, is such a dreamer and such a passionate person, and I think there is a lot of good inside her, and I tried to find the good inside the characters, even when they turn out a little bit not good at times. And I thought that her intentions and her just deep love and obsession were so kind of interesting for me to tap into, because I came to Los Angeles with a dream when I was 6 years old, and I just happened to have a really good support system and things worked out well. But I've always flirted with the idea of what my life would be like and how things would look if the way I was raised and the challenges that I faced were different. And I think Lou is sort of a product of so much instability and hurt, and yet still having these kind of rose-colored glasses on for another world, and kind of bringing all those elements together into one fully fleshed out person was a really interesting thing to do. And I also just think that she's just kind of crazy, and I love that. I mean, I definitely enjoy talking to people all the time that are in different positions than I am, just to sort of gauge the vibe of what other people's experiences in this town are like. But to be quite honest, I was shooting Sabrina up until the day before we started shooting this. Yeah. And I was so focused on kind of just tapping into Lou's fresh experience as an assistant that I felt like my focuses and my energies were more on kind of making sure I could immediately flip into her and be her and experience all these things for the first time, rather than kind of, gather little bits of information from other places that I could, maybe apply. But I definitely had a laser focus in just making sure that she read properly.